Hello everyone, Alex the RC Freak coming at you with an update video of my Team Losi DBXL-E. So this is obviously their 5th scale buggy that they came out with, electric version with the Dynamite 160 amp ESC. I just recently acquired this, but I have some issues with it. So let me just start off by saying, whenever I buy a new RC vehicle, I completely take it apart. Completely, 100%. Take it apart. Seriously, it's a smart thing to do. So throw the little excitement, I want to drive it right away, to the side for a little bit. And just take it apart. Make sure everything is shimmed correctly. All the diffs are filled. That's what I ran into with this one. Just like Traxxas, this one had no oil in differentials. The center differential is bone dry. The front and rear differential had maybe like 5 drops of oil in it, maybe. And it looked like a grease, not even oil, to be honest. So I filled the front and rear diff with 100,000 weight differential oil from Team Associated. And I locked the center differential with silly putty. You get it at Rite Aid or Walmart or Ace Hardware. It's silly putty. It comes in an egg, and you just clean out the differential, clean all that grease residue off the differential. So like I say, I use this automobile parts solvent to clean any differential parts, any transmission parts, anything like that for servicing. So, and I still have never turned battery, I never plugged batteries into this yet. It's still literally brand new. I went through everything, but it's literally brand new. So let me show you what I did here. Let me get you a close-up. So basically, here's the truck, right? Here it is. So you got the body. It flips up like that. And I will say, I don't know if I really like that design. Because, for example, if you flip it on its side like this, you can use it as a kickstand. You know how it's up like that? You can use it as a kickstand. But basically what I've done here is I put Traxxas 6.5 millimeter bullet connectors on here, polarized bullet connectors. They're a really strong, high 200 amp constant connector. There's no other connector that can even compete with this connector. I will say plugging these in and out are tight. You have to adjust these bullet connectors here. I made a tool. I will make another video of that. But they are kind of a bugger to put in. I have my own way of doing it, which is better than anyone else's way of doing it. I've personally seen on YouTube, in my opinion. So, yeah, I've never plugged batteries into this. I put better connectors because the EC5 connectors are junk. I'm going to be doing a mod to the receiver box. I like the tires feel really grippy. I don't know how they actually are since they're narrow. They're not very wide. I like the battery straps on this thing a lot. I'm going to change the shock wheel to 50 front, 60 rear. And then also, let me see if I can get this thing up close for you. This piece right here, this piece, if you take this off, when you shut the body, see how you have to push down to get the body pin holes to line up? Well, if you take this piece off, the body slides down beautifully and lines up with the body hole, post holes basically perfect. You still have to do a teensy bit of press down and they'll line right up. So just a suggestion there for you. And then let me show you something here. Let me just take this wheel nut off. I already pre-loosened it. So taking it off, popping the tire. Let me show you something on this thing real quick here. So here is the tire. Now what you got here is a 24 millimeter hex. These are true beadlock. This is a true beadlock style wheel. You got this is a 24 millimeter hex, but this is a metal. This is, you know, it's powdered metal in here. So like most stock metal parts on any RC vehicle, no matter how much money you spend on it. But this is powdered metal, so it's centered metal. It's powdered metal molded into a form. But anyway, I like how this is metal inside here. I really like that. That is a great design. I think, so you won't strip out these wheels. I think that's a really good job. And the wheels don't look terrible either. They're black. I kind of like the black theme on this thing. Let me just set that aside. But let me get you a close-up here. So let me get you some light. Sorry about this. So basically, what I'm showing you is right here. If you look, this screw right here, there's no washer right here. And you don't need a washer, but I like to put a 4mm washer right here so you have a little bit bigger area keeping this pin in. So that's just my suggestion. There is some slop right here. There is some slop right in here. And then also right in this, there's a little bit of slop. There's a little bit of slop. So there's nuts in here. You can tighten down. See that slop way up and down? Like that in the steering, you can hear it. Look at that. You can see that gap right there. And you can use shims. So I've still got to do some more stuff to this, but and then another thing to note, see this screw right here? This is lefty loosey, righty tighty. This one is righty loosey, lefty tighty on the left side control arms. So left front, if you're looking at it from the front, left or righty loosey, lefty tighty. Same with the back on the left side. So just something to keep in mind if you're doing it. Another thing to say about this kit is how these have these little ridges right around this nut here. This is the side that goes towards the wheel. And what's nice about these on bigger RCs is that they help hold the wheel on there tight. So let me see if I can get that in frame for you. See all these little ridges? Right there, all those little kind of bumpiness versus this side's all smooth. See how it's all smooth? But yeah, I just wanted to show that to you. And then set this aside. So basically, a couple problems I've had with this kit is the build quality. The diffs came empty. To remove the differentials, it's really not that bad. That flip-up body you can be removed with 2 screws. You have to, on the front, you have to remove these. There's 2 screws here, and then there's 2 screws on the bottom. 2 screws right here. You have to remove the shock tower. You have to remove these little sway bar links on the side here. You gotta remove those, and then it should basically pop right out. These are dog bones right here. These are dog bones with rubber dust seals on, which I like. This steering, this is the steering bell crank. There's a metal post that goes through here. There's 7mm by 10mm brass bushings on this steering bell crank, which I don't like at all. I wish they did bearings stock. It shouldn't have to get an upgraded aluminum steering bell crank set to do that. So I just think that's cheap that Losi did that. But anyway, these screws stripped out on me on the bottom right here that go through the frame. They stripped out on me. So I actually scratched the frame. Let me show you here. I'm trying to get this without, oops, sorry. But I used some, this got stripped out. I put a new bolt in there, but these right here stripped out. And then all these screws right here for the motor mount, all stripped out right here. These 3 for the motor mount, stripped out. Every single one of them, the heads snapped right off. These heads snapped right off because I have a snap-on T-handled wrench I got. This one stripped out. I had to drill it. It was a pain in the ass. This one right in here to adjust your motor plate. These were all stripped. I don't know what Loctite they used, but it was seriously irritating. And if you can notice, some of these screws are rusting out. These are screws I haven't really messed with, and they're already rusting out. See how they have a little bit of rust right there? But anyway, here's the back, kind of the chassis. Literally, it's still new. And this is just to show you too. See that silver? Turn that right. Turn it clockwise to loosen it. Counterclockwise to tighten it. So, yeah. I just want to do that. Say that to you for anyone who may or may not know. And then also, I put the, castle connectors on, I already mentioned that. I put 100K differential fluid in the rear, 100K in the front. I'm going to put 60 in the rear, re-clean it in part solvent, even though it's all clean, it's never been driven since. This hinge pin body thing, you can take this screw out, and there's a screw right there you can take out, and you can also unplug this wire right here. And you can take off this body, that body, if you need to take off that body. So, back to the rig though, which I do for maintenance. This top, I'm going to get these in aluminum eventually, front and rear, and this piece in aluminum right here. And I'm going to get this top brace in aluminum. But this I do not like. I can already see that this is going to be an issue. It looks like it's going to bind or bend or whatever. It does come with aluminum servo horn. I do like that. I do like how it's not hollow in the center. That's actually fully aluminum, so it makes it a little bit stronger for flexing reasons. This receiver box here, I'll be making a video of me changing it out with a Stampede 4x4 receiver box. I'm not going to be using this receiver box because let me just make a quick show you here. So basically, sorry, I'm doing this one-handed, so hopefully you guys can bear with me here. There's a hole right here. See, there's a hole right there. And there's also a hole right here. It's for the gasoline. It's for a switch. And then also, you can just see it right here. There's a hole right there. How big that is. Like, seriously, you guys couldn't cover that up. Like, I bitched about that from the second I unboxed it. This gear mesh, factory right out of the box, was way too far apart. I adjusted it correctly. So, like I say, it would strongly recommend taking this kit apart and making sure everything's right on it before you ever drive it for the first time. Right now where I live, it's super snowy and super slushy, and it's been snowing with freezing rain. So the roads look pretty horrible, and I'm not going to drive it probably until it gets nice, which kind of bums me out because I'm pretty excited. But I did put 4mm washers on here, so that way on the top motor mount, so that way it can hold down the motor a little better. But this whole motor mount got kind of messed up because these screws right here stripped out. I had to heat this up with a mini torch for soldering to get this bolt out. Plus the head was snapped off, so I had to grind little flat spots in the metal of the threaded part of the screw, and then lock onto them with channel locks, or vice grips actually is what they are, not channel locks, and take it out. So just letting anyone know, if right out of the box, if you have to remove that, you may not have an issue, or you probably will have an issue like I did. So anyway, but yeah, this is the rig. It looks pretty durable. You got the servo saver. I tightened that up a little bit. I don't know how the servo is. I've never even turned this kit on. Nothing. Never powered it on. Nothing. So oh, right here, let me just do a quick little thing here. See this? How there's a nut here? Put a 4mm washer right on this Lexan, because if you don't, this little nut's gonna dig into that and crack this plastic right here. Just saying. So just another little quick tip. Other than that, this kit does look pretty good. Besides that steering plate right here, it does look like a pretty good kit. The plastic's pretty durable. I mean, the shocks, it moves, like, it doesn't flex very well, like, at all. Like, this plastic's really good quality plastic. I just wanted to say that. So, but this receiver box, I'm going to stick it in the same spot, the Stampede 4x4 receiver box, and I will be doing a video of that. It may kind of be a long video, so I apologize if people don't like long videos, but I'm one of those people that I don't like to, like, you know, do a lot of specialty editing, you know, like that. I like to do the real deal, you know what I mean? So it may kind of be a long video, and yeah, but at least it'll be 100% waterproof, unlike this with big huge holes. And some people say, you know, it's not that big of a deal, they haven't had an issue, and I'm not going to drive mine in water. So some people may even say also, for me, They're like, well, you always say you never drive your vehicles in water. I do not. I don't drive them through puddles or anything, or mud, nothing. Even in the summertime, if there's some mud or whatever, or puddle, I don't even chance it through that either. So I don't care if the electronics say they're waterproof or what. These receivers, as the Spectrum AVC 4210 receiver, these receivers, well, that just got chucked, but these receiver, yeah, it's a Spectrum 4210. Oh, it's an SRS 66,000 actually. I was wrong, so it's an older one. But anyway, these receivers, they're a good receiver, but I've been also told these have real coat on them or something like that. It's basically like silicone conformal coating. So it's like a waterproof stuff that's on the circuit board of the receiver. So that way if it gets splashed with water, it shouldn't hurt it. Now keep in mind I said shouldn't hurt it. So like I say, I don't like to chance it. I think Traxxas Stampede 4x4 is the best receiver box to get to transplant onto other RC vehicles because it's the perfect size. It's not super huge. It'll pretty much fit onto almost any 10 scale, 8 scale, or bigger vehicle with ease. I'm not saying it works for every single application, but for the most part, it will work for most applications. And it's really water sealed, watertight. The bearing quality on these does look pretty good on this kit. I like the wheels. The wing mount's very strong. Let me just flip this body down. Sorry about my hand being in the way there. There we go. But yeah, this wing mount does look very strong. This wing's pretty strong itself. I'm going to put 60 weight, obviously, like I said before. The actual spring, coil spring rate on these is not very strong. So I'm going to see if I can maybe get some stronger springs for it, maybe down the road. I'm not going to go extreme bashing on this. I'm going to like go off-road and jump it, but I'm only going to jump it maybe, I don't know, 2 to 7, 8 feet, maybe 5 feet around there. I'm not going to go crazy stupid jumping with it, you know what I mean? Because I buy all my own RCs with my own money, so I don't like to completely beat the living snot out of them. I think that's stupid in my opinion. You can still enjoy the hobby. You can still jump them without beating the living snot out of them. So, anyway, there's this black color. I like how it contrasts the silver. It looks pretty sick, I think, but I don't like to screw these colors all the way down to the max preload because I think it puts too much preload on the spring. So that way, see how these are nice and far apart? So that way you actually can get the spring to move and work correctly. So just keep that in mind. You can do this all the way down if you were in a pinch and you didn't want to get new springs. I don't know if they make new springs. I want to see if they do. I'm pretty sure they do because the DBXL gasoline version is this basically the same shocks. These are different shocks compared to the gasoline version. These are better, and the pistons inside are a lot better, so they're smoother, and they are silky smooth, but these do have 30 weight shock oil in them stock, just so you know. But I just don't think it's a good idea to screw these all the way down. So, but I may do it just because for right now, I just spent $1,000 on this. I've been doing kind of odds and ends on this thing to basically make it what it is. So, like I said, I may do that just for right now. Probably not. I'll probably leave it the way it is because it still feels okay the way it is. I'll probably just put thicker fluid. I don't know. I'll see after I bleed the shocks. I did a custom light bar thing for the light bar. So as you can see, let me just get in here. So right there, see how that clear plastic's right there? You got this plastic piece, you got this clear plastic piece right here, and then you got this black plastic piece. So basically, I basically make it a clear lens so this doesn't go through the light, the lens all the way. So that way, the this LED strip can really shine bright and stuff won't get stuck to it. Because if you just go out and run it, sometimes, I'm not saying everybody's going to have this problem, but I've been doing RCs since 2000. So I would say I'm super experienced in it. I'm not saying I'm the guy that knows every single little thing about it, but I'd say I'm definitely experienced. So anyway, dirt will get stuck to these little circuit boards in here, this little LED light strip, and it'll be hard to clean. So over time, if you let it sit on there. So I like to keep my rigs looking brand new, clean, as much as I possibly can. But yeah, here's the dust boot. Here's a nut right there, and also you can see the nut right there. So, but you can shim out this top thing right here, and you will have to purchase shims. But see how this head of the screw is rusting, surface rust? Like, I'm just saying, stuff like that just is irritating as it gets. But anyway, I just want to make a short video. I know this isn't really a short video, but I just want to make a video kind of showing you guys what I've been doing, what I've been up to with them lately. I apologize, I probably won't get any running videos for this thing for a while, until the snow's gone. So I just don't feel comfortable driving it in this stuff after dropping $1,000 on it. So alright, thank you for watching. Bye.